Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday? Hold on guys, I'm gonna get you up on my other phone so I can see you and your comments. How are you guys? If you noticed, on Sweetie Nail Supply, a bunch of Favori that we've been waiting for have dropped. Okay, I can't even put them down, to be honest. And I had to take notes for you guys because I will describe how I play with these inks. And a lot of the times I have them all out on the table and I just start slapping them on a nail. Hi Butter Syrup Korea. We love you. Let me see if I can find you guys. Anybody else kind of sad that the lives don't show at the top of our stories anymore? All right, I joined here. All right, guys, I'm going to put these down for a second. So we're going to go over 2 collections today, basically. Maybe 3, because there's something else that dropped that I think lend themselves really, really well with these 2 collections. But these collections were shown in like October, November of this year. And we've been waiting for them to come here. And they're finally here. Here, let me type this in. Hi. For anyone new, I'm Lauren. And I am actually, the account is Inspo by Nails. So you'll find a lot of Nuance, a lot of marbles, a lot of stone up on my page. Because I love it. And I can't stop doing it. So let me see if that comes up and I'll pin it for you guys. We're going to go over a couple different things. We're going to get some Nuance nails done. They're never going to look exactly the same as what I have on the board because they always come out so differently. Let me see if I missed that. Every time. But the fun thing about Nuance is there's really not many rules. And I think the easiest thing to do is combine them with a few other Favori products. Here, I'll do it from here. And it's really very simple, guys. Very fast. And if you like abstract and nuance and you're not worried about that kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's definitely a forgiving type genre, right? All right, so the 2 that we're going over today are Nature Edition version 2, and that you're going to get 6 like natural colored inks. Okay, they have beautiful names. I am not even going to try and pronounce them because I wanted to go on and do that, like learn how to say these names. However, I ran out of time. So the 6 that you get in Nature 2 are like this beautiful, it's called Rotten Wood, but it's like a beautiful, beautiful soft like beige. You get this gray, which is called Ash Cloud, and it's beautiful. I always put color tops on mine because they sit in a drawer and I want to look in and see what color it is, but it's really, really pretty. Then you get this, I'd call it bluish. It's called River Mist, but it is a bluish gray. All right, and you get this gorgeous green. This is called Conifer, and look at it. So pretty. Really good green. These are very, very, very easy to shake, and some have a little bit of milkiness in them, like a little bit of white. So you do want to shake your bottles before you use them and make sure that they look well mixed. I'm going to give you a tip about Lepidos when you get those because they're a little trickier to shake up, but I'm going to give you the 100% key to getting them easy breezy. So this brown in Nature 2, I love a good brown. Trout brown. It's awesome. All right, and you get this beautiful vibrant blue, and this is called Achuga. Look, it's a bluish purple. So I combine Lepidos and Nature 2 for most of these looks. So let me move the beautiful packaging. You always get beautiful packaging with the Favori. So Nature 2 comes like with this gorgeous, let me get rid of these, this gorgeous color card. Okay, the box looks like this. Let me pull you out a little bit. Hold on. We are totally going to run out of room on the table today. You guys know I talk about that because I never have enough room on the table. And with both these collections out, we're going to run out of room. So I'm going to have to get rid of the beautiful boxes. Here's another color card that comes with it with just a simple ink drop on it. So there are the ones that I just showed you. And they all come nicely individually packaged in their box. They are beautiful. And then the Lepidos collection, which we've seen and loved and wanted, comes in this gorgeous packaging with the organza bag. You're going to lift this up and you're going to find 9 in this. And these are special inks. These colors are available on the website at Sweetie Nail Supply. So you need to go to Favori and look up the names of the collections. I believe they're even available individually. And you can use your favorite BOA code to get a discount. Okay. Lepidos is gorgeous. Now these have a ton of powder in them. Okay. You see that Aurora powder? So if you store your Lepidos collection like this, you're going to have to allow yourself time to shake them. If you store them laying down, that disperses the powder and it creates a much easier way to shake these beautiful inks. But you want to make sure before you're using them that you hear that ball and you hear it? Sure, of course. They are so, so pretty and we're going to use them all today. So they have this beautiful glow. Every single one in Lepidos has a beautiful glow. So you get 9 in there and I'm going to lay them down instead of standing up on the table. Do you see what I mean? See this beautiful pigment in there? So if you lay them down, you will have a much easier time shaking that. And I'll do a couple at a time and then we'll look at the tops. But they're all very different. There's not any that are similar to one another in this collection. They are all very different in their hues and tones and undertones. So you see this one is goldish with a little bit of green. This one is gray with a touch of blue. Okay, so they're very, very unique inks. Oh, gels. We're hardly using any gels today. Maybe a few, not many though. That's the cool thing. Like they're so easy to use. So you can clearly see that this has a gold pigment in it, but it has a brownish undertone. Okay. So you can kind of tell when you get them what you're getting there, but shake, shake, shake. Mine do all have, again, the top buttons just because I like to see by looking at the tops what they would look like when they're all shaken up, because sometimes they do settle fast, which is why I like to lay them down. I honestly have them in a holder standing up like this. Can you see that? All right, so that's how I have mine laying down so I can see the tops, but they're sitting in that holder. Most of my Favori are, in the stand-up containers. If you have satin, this is another good suggestion for the satin collections, which are the pearl collections, because those two have a lot of pigment in them, okay? So actually, I'll put them back in here because I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to get used to playing with all of them. Here are the other 3 colors or 4 colors that I didn't show you. This one, look at that blue. We've seen them, we love them. Look at this copper. They are gorgeous and they add such complexity to the nail in a very, very, very fast way. So let me just hit a nail with one of these so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's just take a white one real quick. You can use ink splat, and we will do that with a couple. I find, though, if you like Nuance, one of the easiest ways to make your inks really stand out is going to be mixing it with another medium, whether it's one of the Made gels or whether it's one of the, like a clear Nuance, etc. That is going to give your nails a totally different dimension. But you can see there's a little bit of the copper shine down here. There's some brown. Like, you could do this, put 3D gel over top, and be done. Like, they are stunning. So, so stunning. This one is Kyberi. So, like I said, I wish I had learned the names, so please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing them properly, but they're absolutely beautiful. Okay? Let's do a green real quick. You see this one? Nima. Just to show you what these are going to do. And I'll take and let it dry for a second. They are stunning. Stunning. We're going to use them in a couple different ways. Let me show you one of the nature collections. Like, here's the green from the nature collection. I have the green from the nature collection on my own nails right here. Okay. Another thing about Favori inks, you do not need to use them on a matte surface, okay? They are water inks. You can paint your nail, you can wipe the inhibition layer, and just lay your ink, okay? So there's that green. Let's take the blue. Hold on one second. We're going to be mixing these up. The good news is we're going to save this live. The other good news is Sweetie Nail Supply is going to save this to their YouTube channel so that you have easier playback. So please go follow them on YouTube if you do not already. Yes, I know. I think people get inks and they're like, what do I do with these? You know, and they're not like traditional inks. They're not like alcohol inks. But if you know how to just play around with them, they are so stunning. And we're going to do a couple really easy looks today. Okay. The other thing that I probably will show you today, because I can't just leave it at 2 collections, right? Is there's 2 little gels on there, and you have to search for them, but they're called layering gels under the Favori, or look up layering gels. So these gels are going to lend themselves to Nuance very, 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 very easily, because when you put them on, they're going to separate and bubble a little bit. They're going to create some crater type texture. They are no wipe. You can chrome them and you can lay inks right on top of them, and we're going to get some dynamic designs with these. So that is another thing to consider. So we're going over the Nature 2 collection, Lepidos collection, and the layering gels. Okay, and we can just move this off to the side. See, look, I took notes for you guys, so I kind of remember what I did. Because what happens when I take these inks out, I lay them all out on the table and I just start putting them on top of one another, which is what I want you to do if you get these collections, because I promise you will like the results. But a super, super easy way to use these inks is to combine it with a Nuance gel, okay? So we all have clear Nuance gels. All we're going to do is wipe some of that clear Nuance gel onto the nail. There's nothing on this nail. It would have more color if we were doing it, you know, on our own nails, right? Because they're not super clear. But let me grab some Nuance gel and let's just create some texture. We want our Nuance gels to be no wipe because we do want to add a little chrome. So we're going to put that on the nail and drag it down. Might need a little bit more. All right, when we drag with a harder brush, all right, it's going to create those textures, right? Let's do it like that little sample. I'm getting it on first, and then I'm going to drag it off kind of in a swirly type pattern. Can you guys see that? It doesn't have to be perfect, but just give it some odd texture. All right? And I'm going to cure this as I put my brush in my mouth because I have no room on the table. While I'm curing, does anybody have any questions? I know I move fast sometimes and I do miss them. So please feel free to ask questions and I will do my best to answer them. All right. We're going to save it. Like I said, we'll save it to my wall. We'll save it to Sweetie's wall. So if you have any questions, Nature Edition, the first one, I am not 100% sure on that. Maybe Sweetie Nail Supply can answer you. But Nature Edition 2 is up, and that's what we're using today. What clear gel did I use for that? I used a new one on Sweetie Nail Supply. It is the LAP Nuance Gel. You can use Motion Gel. We're going to use some chrome here. Okay. There's some new chromes up there, guys. There's a whole new brand called Creer. I don't know if you've seen that. That's up there. There's Bonnie. This is Bonnie Bees. Hold on. Like a copper. I'll show you the one that I used because I believe it's up on the site. I think so. So this is Bonnie B4. This is a very coppery gold. Like it's called the Ash Gold series, but you'll see it's not. It's more like copper. All right, so a Nuance Gel should accept your chrome really, really, really easily. All right. And Ash Gold 2 is my favorite gold currently. It is. Like that's your gold. That's maybe a traditional gold. It's not champagne. It's just, all right. So we've got some gold on there. Done. Call it a day. Wipe off the extra because we don't want that in our inks. And all we're going to do is put some inks on this nail. That's it. Okay. So let's start with, let's start with the green. Okay. This is from Nature 2. And here is the Nuance Gel that I just used. Like a Prism LAP Nuance Gel. Okay. Move that out of the way. When you put these inks on top here, you're still going to see the metallic underneath. But I'm just simply wiping it on. You see that? That's it. It's going to sink in certain areas. It's dry. I'm going to do some more to make some areas darker. Okay. I'm going to use the brown. So this green one, again, is called Conifer. It's Matsu. And then this brown. All right, Trout Brown. Hello. Shake, shake, shake. You guys will notice I always close my inks as soon as I use them because they do require shaking before putting them on the nail. Do not leave them open on your table. I promise you, you will spill some. And then you will be very upset. Okay? So this Trout Brown is going in. All right. If you wanted to get even darker, and one of my favorite Favori colors, which I believe I checked and it's still up on the site, is this deep brown. Okay, it's brown, which I used on this nail just to highlight some corners. So That's why I like to have them all. I can look in the drawer. I can be like, where is that really deep brown? Look. See how brown that is? It's another fave. All right. This nail could totally be done, okay? You can top coat it and call it a day. It could be finished. And you have a nail that looks like this. We'll put some 3D over top too. If you guys have, if you want to move your inks, okay? These do not move with isopropyl alcohol, all right? You have to use the Favori's clear blending fluid. It's blending clear, I believe, or another ink brand blending clear, or acetone. But acetone is a very harsh, like it'll just wipe the whole thing off. Like I'll show you on that nail that we were like just showing colors on. But if you want to blend it, if you want to tap, tap, tap and blend it, you're going to have to use their blending clear. So that's another thing to pick up if you don't already have it. All right. And then what you want to do, a good practice for that, is to wipe it on a lint-free wipe before putting it in back in the bottle, or you will end up with an ugly one like mine. Okay, you're not supposed to do that, so don't do it. Get it all muddy and awful looking. All right, so let's just take some top coat and put it over top the entire thing. And then if you enjoy the 3D element of the blobs, you can add that. Okay, you can add that with Crazy Top Thick, like Gin B Crazy Top Thick. It's totally up to you and totally up to your preference and what you like your nails to look like. I love the look of them lots of times, although I don't usually put it on my own nails. I don't know why. It does add another layer of interest. I am using right now More Gel's top gel right this second because it was right on my right-hand side. And all I want to do is protect these inks, okay? So I'm just going to put it on. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. We are not overlaying this nail. We are not making it look like all perfect and lines of light, etc. We want that Nuance gel to still show through. And it would, even if we overlaid it. But since we're going to do a blob on the top, what's the point? Okay. And then we'll move on to a softer look. Really, you guys, I've been out of control. I have all kinds of things I didn't even show you. Like, I haven't even taken pictures of them yet. But the more you play with these things, the more you play with the Favori and their different products, the more you combine the different products, I swear the more you're going to love them. It just takes a little practice and it takes a little playtime. So just take them all out and get creative. All right, I think this is almost done. And let's just take some 3D, like thicker 3D gel, and put it on the top. All right, and you'll see when we put this on, you could put it on in, you know, like we'll do a couple like oyster type looks, etc. However you want. All right. But when you're using a thicker gel like this, you can see it almost magnifies the effect underneath there. Do you see that? So sometimes adding this random blob on the top really does elevate the look. All right. Do you see what I mean? You don't have to make it huge. It's up to you. It's up to you. That's up to your look, what you like. There is no right or wrong with Nuance nails. It is a very freeing nail art medium because you can do whatever floats your boat and it's gonna look cool. All right, let's just cure that. Let's move on to a more subtle look. All right, and for this, I started the nail with one coat of the new-ish Nail Bio Ivory. I love it. It's off-white. It's so pretty. And we're going to do something like this okay? So to get that look, I put on 1 coat of the Nail by Ivory. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I just moved the light on you. All right, Nudie Ivory, it's great. And I wipe the inhibition layer. The thick gel that I just used is Crazy Top Thick. Okay, so this is a non-wipe top coat that you can really layer up to be very thick. I just did 1, but you could go over top of that again and make it as thick as you want. Okay. That's also at Sweetie Nail Supply. Okay. So to get the texture, like this kind of texture, I am going to use inks and I'm going to use the Favori Made Gels. Okay, so the Favori Made Gels are a paste. They're like a thick paste. And all I need for that is a silicone tool. Okay. Can you use that for texture? Sure you can. It will move, you know, like it does level. So like do it in sections, but yes, you can definitely do that if you want. All right, so the Made Gels are also no wipe. All right, but I want like kind of like this to be a more stone look. All right, so I'm just putting some Made Gel in here and I want that texture. All right, I want it flat in some places, have some texture here. But I'm just moving my silicone tool around. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just randomly put it on there. Don't overthink it. And let's cure this, okay? So we're going to cure that for really 30 seconds, 60 seconds, that kind of thing. All right. And we're going to use some of these inks. All right, we're going to use this sandy ink. We are going to use this ash cloud ink. And you're going to see how easy it is to create some texture on the nail. Very, very, very simple. The thick gel again, sure. Jin B. Jin B is the brand. Crazy Top Thick. And it lasts for a very long time. It's a huge pot and it lasts for a long time, unless you use it every day. I don't. So, but it lasts for a long time. It's a big pot. All right, so everything on here is now not particularly matted, but Made Gels do have a matte-ish finish. So they are going to grab these inks, okay, and suck the color in. Okay, so when you do inks like this over top a matte surface, you're going to see that it does suck in some color. I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right. I am just dragging some of this sandy ink down here. So can you see where it's sucking into the matte? And inks are going to look beautiful over textures because they fall into crevices and stuff and make things look way more complicated than they actually are. Okay, it looks like you did all this work and you really didn't. You just put some inks on there, okay? So close that up. Let's do the sandy color. You'll see what I mean when we get to some darker colors. But this one's a nice light neutral. So Ivory and the Made Gel. All right, so now we want some of this ash cloud on here. Do you see what it's doing there? Like making a really cool looking line. Just from adding this ink. If you want it darker, let it dry for a second and then go in and hit it again, okay? That's all you have to do. Do not worry about going over top. The ink that you just put down, you can totally do that. Okay, I did just go over that sandy beige. It just lent more, it just gave it more depth just by overlaying those two ink colors. Okay, Now let's hit it with the brown. You're going to see trout brown again. I do like browns, guys, sorry. But the nature collections are so natural and pretty. Let's put some up here. All right. Maybe some down here. That's it. All right, all we have to do for this nail to be finished is overlay it. All right. Could you hit it with Lepidos? Yes, you could. Let's hit it with some. Okay, let's take a natural color since this is natural. Let's go in with Favori. Shake, shake, shake. We are going to get into those inks because they are stunning and we're going to use them on lots of things. But when I was first playing, it was with Nature 2. So that's why we have a couple of these on here. Okay. Let's just add one. Here's another thing that you can do. Let's say you want to build up depth even more so than what we have now. You can definitely layer this with a clear, okay, like a base color, a base gel or whatever, like clear, and then go in with another ink. All right, so that's going to give it even more depth. All right, so we're just getting a base on here. Just to even this out a little bit and protect what we already did, okay? Let's do that before going in with the Lepidos color. But like for a stone nail, this is a very easy way to do it. You just need some maid gels. You need to not overthink it. And just gently wipe your inks on, which I did want to show you how to remove an ink. Like if you hate it, just grab some acetone. I'll show you on that white nail while this is curing. Okay. And this isn't done. I'm just protecting what we've done so far. All right, so remember when we were just looking at some ink colors? Let's just say we don't like what we did on our nail. We don't enjoy it. You're like, that is not what I thought it was going to look like. Then because you don't have to cure inks, right? They're very forgiving in the way that you can take acetone and get rid of it, okay? So yay for that. Now, do not be surprised if you try isopropyl alcohol and it looks exactly how it was on the nail, because it's not going to move them at all, okay? At all. But you need some of your little pots, and we're also going to use some other little pots. Let me tell you this while it's curing. The Favori Nuance, and this is a misprint on here, you'll find it as silky white. Okay, the difference between the Favori Maid gels and the Favori Silky gels, Maid are going to cure in a very matte, like stone type texture way. Okay, Nuance Silky we'll be using with the Lepidos inks. It is no wipe and it cures very shiny. Okay, so you can chrome it. Inks will look different over a shiny surface than they will a matte surface. When you're talking about metallic inks and it's not really matte, like we didn't matte anything, but you know what I mean? It's a little duller. If you're using metallic inks, it is much better to put them over top a shiny surface. So that goes for Silky, the metallics, it goes for Lepidos. So it's a good thing that we covered this with clear, because we're just going to wipe the inhibition layer, and that is still going to be a nice shiny surface, which when you have those metal pigments, the Aurora pigments, etc., they look best over a shiny surface. It'll definitely make them look shinier, okay? So, look, I left that open. If I'd gone to shake it again, no. I don't know. I mean, Sweetie Nail Supply does have some tips. Myself, I do probably about between 150 to 200 nail examples a month. So I have like cheapo tips. What you find on Sweetie Nail Supply is like, put them on your nail because they're so nice, but not what I'm using. Okay. Let's hit this with some of this copper. All right. So all we added was a hint of metallic by touching Lepidos to that clear top. This is Kyberi. It is the reddish copper with like a greeny brown like undertone. There's a difference between Kyberi and Ikash. This one is copper, okay? And you'll see, we'll use it. They're all so pretty. I've wanted that collection since I first saw it in November. I'm so excited that they're here because they are like just unlimited possibilities. Okay, so let's just put a healthy top coat on here. Or clear. It is really much flatter than it appears. Okay, there are a few little areas, so you can use like a clear kind of builder, like yogurt honey clear gel. It's awesome. Look, when we put the top coat on, all of those little layers pop even more. So you guys would see a picture of this and think, wow, that's a little complicated. There's a lot going on there. It was not, right? It's really easy. You just have to trust yourself and play around. Okay? Don't overthink your ink. All right. So that is a very cool, stony looking nail done really, really quickly. Okay. I mean, it would be much quicker if we weren't doing all this chatting, but you get what I'm saying. It's just layers of a few things. Speaking of that, let's go to a black one. Okay. Like a black nail. I want to show you this layering. Actually, before we do the black, let's just do a straight nail look. So remember I told you these layering gels. Okay, there's a black and a white. They come together. I want to show you these because when I tried it with one of the Lepidos inks, I was like, what? This is really cool. So, first of all, you do not need all this. It's very thin, okay? You don't need all this on the side. So tap, 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 tap. All right, get some off. And watch what happens when we use this. All right, so we are going to swirl this around. Just kind of like in a weirdy type pattern. Like a swirl. All right, you see the holes it's creating, the divots it's creating. All right, we are going to cure this. 60 seconds. How have we been on here for 40 minutes already? That's crazy. Thank goodness for replay somewhere else because it's not great on here. Okay. All right. So pretty. All right, so those are the layering. You get the black and the white in that collection. Where did I put the black one? I see it on the table now. The black is a sheer black. But let me just show you what you can do. Again, let's go in for some of that gold chrome because they are no wipe. And then let's just use the copper. Here it is. Gosh. Let me shake this while it's curing. Because it's crazy. This is so easy and it's so effective. All right, so ready? This is done, and this is now, you see, you can totally put parts of it as metallic if you want to. All right. Very, very, very easy to do. So we are shaking up this one. It is a copper. It's a beautiful copper metallic. It's really, really rich. Ready? All right, again, when I'm doing this, I don't need a lot of ink, guys. You don't need a lot of ink. We are just going to circularly move this around the nail. Focus the center with it being a little heavier. What in the heck, right? Now, let's say you want it to be even, like show more white in certain areas. Okay. So I'm going to use the clear blending liquid. Yours will be much more clear than mine because you're not going to be bad and drop your brush in there without wiping it first, okay? But still gets the job done, so I'm not complaining. Let's just say I want to see a little bit more white. So I am going to, see, look how much comes off when you are good and you wipe it on the thing. Hold on. Right here. Like I want some of that. All right. So we have some areas of white. You see how complicated this looks? It was nothing. It was, hey, put some white gel on, put a little chrome on it, and then wipe your ink on. That's it. It looks like an abstract cow, doesn't it? All right, let's put the top on, or put a clear on. And you'll see what I mean. Again, so simple. So Lepidos, the layering gels, and a little touch of chrome. You could do this in any color. Doesn't it look way more complicated than it is? Now I want this on my nails. I would totally wear this. Anybody else? Yeah, you need them, guys. They're so cool. And let's use silky too, okay? Let's do something with silky. Just so you can see. All right. As a matter of fact, all right, let me see where I use silky gel. Hold on 1 second so I can show you an example. Let me just show you as an example like this. Hold on. All right, let's take some silky gel, which is the kind that these are still in stock. Okay, this one's called Antique Beige, but I call it gold. Okay, it's very goldish. All right, so again, here I'm going to wipe off my Made gel. All right, let's do this. We're going to put some silky gel on the nail. You see how it almost looks like glue, okay? You can do it really thin. You can do it thicker. All right, it almost looks like Elmer's glue. I mean, of course it's not, but that's kind of what it reminds me of in texture. All right. Here's what's going to happen when you use the inks on top of this. And we can just keep wiping it off. If you want to see them right over top, I can show you. Okay. There's that one. Just so lovely, guys. So easy. You just have to play with them. I don't think that you can get much easier than this. I really don't. Or even this. But it looks like we spent all this time creating veins and everything. We didn't, right? We did not. All right, and if you love the blobby look, or if you love like that texture underneath, you could use any kind of chrome underneath there. You can put inks over top. You can, the sky's the limit, guys. No rules. Again, just play, okay? And this is probably done. But let me show you something too about, I want to show you this blue from Nature and this blue, okay, from Lepidos. They marry each other so well. So let's play with that real quick. Oh, perfect. Perfect timing. Yes, that's awesome. I still have so much, there's so much new on Sweetie Nail Supply, like so many new things. We have to just thank them for bringing us such beautiful options, right? Because, look, it's hard to tell. Like this one's the bluish purple. This one's the Lepidos with the Aurora powder in it. So many options. So many options, guys. All right, so this is what happens when you put it on a silky gel. Okay? You see it spread out in those crevices, etc. Probably what I should do is put some, yeah, it's your favorite store, me too. All right, and here is that blue from Lepidos. All right. You see how it has a gray undertone? All right. So it has that aurora effect, but it also has a gray to it, which makes it all the more complicated and cool. Okay. And you see, when I turn this, you can see different areas of that aurora pigmentation in there. All right, if you want to blend any of it, here, let's use that light blue too. See this light, the sandy blue. I call it blue, it might be called gray. River Mist. So there's a little nod to blue in there. And guys, if you ever have questions, anybody who follows me can tell you, I am happy to help you. I am happy to answer questions. So if you get on there on the website and you're a little overwhelmed or confused or be like, what was that? I will be happy to help you. Okay? No problem. All right. So we've got something pretty cool and fun going on here. We still have white going on here. All right. But here, look, let it dry for a second. It's another cool thing about inks. They're fast, right? They dry very, very quickly. Can you guys see where that's reflecting? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You could put 3D clear clay over top of this. There's so many things you can do. I do need to put them down to start playing with some other things. But yes, they've been highly favored for right now because I knew this live was coming up and I wanted to show you guys some fun stuff. So, but we can move on because there are other collections that dropped that are also super pretty and fun. The Agate collection, I'm excited about that. It's another one you're going to want to layer and use with inks and also textures, but like, look how pretty that is, right? So we could protect this. Then you could go in and do some chrome detailing around it if you wanted to. Like the sky's the limit, guys. You can use these in whatever type of art you love, right? don't have to do nuance, but that is what these work best for. I mean, look at the blue. Look at it. It's totally electric. A good top coat to use. There are lots of good top coats on Sweetie Nail Supply, and you want to think about like what viscosity you want. So if you want a thicker viscosity to even out like texture or hand painting, that would be a certain top coat. And then if you want like really thin, that would be a different top coat. So Cece, go ahead and DM me if you want to. It's Inspo by Nails, and I'll help you after the live. Okay. So gray one way, blue the other way. See? So there's a lot of dimension going on over here. A lot more than probably is even showing on this live, because you know, I try, guys. I try with lighting, etc., but I still think they're 1,000 times better in person. All right, guys. It's 12:50. I'm not going to keep you much. I don't want to do that. But I do want you to play with these. All right. Just play. If you want to build thickness, like you see how that almost looks like a crater right there? Yes, it's probably because there's some made gel on here, but also I probably put a layer of clear and then went back in again. So if you want to build like more depth in these looks, always remember you can just add a layer of clear, wipe the inhibition layer, and go in again, okay? And these are not thick, guys. I'm not making them thick. You can see, like, they're not thick at all, all right? So you can smush this stuff. These are Nature Edition and Lepidos. I don't know if you can tell the shine there. You can see it there if I move it a certain way. But these are both, okay? And some made gel in there. I believe I used this one. All right. I use this one. Yep. And I do tend to do a lot of abstract type nuance tips so that it grows out. Like I did do my full thumb because it's short, you know, pretty short. And we'll just let these grow out. I might have used Silky because I did hit some areas with chrome. Okay, do you want to see how to do it? And then we'll go. All right, so let's do it. Real quick. I had ivory on the nail. I did do that. So I used the Nail Bio Nudie Ivory. Oh, look, I have one ready for you guys. I did do that. See? Ha. All right. Then let's use the Silky Gel. I lost it. Here it is. All right. All right, when you want to do chrome on Silky Gel, all right, you just want to do that after you cure it, okay? Random, guys, totally random, all right? Just keep it loosey-goosey, all right? Let's cure that. Let's touch it with some gold. Ash Gold 2 from Bonnie B. Actually, Creer has some beautiful metallic chromes. New to Sweetie Nail Supply. Check them out. Let's see if I did one of those. Hold on. I think I did. Oh, here's one. Look at this Creer. Gold. Beautiful. Let's see what number it is. 09. Okay. These are really metallic. Really sparkly. All right, this is probably done. So this is what I mean. I put some gold on the nail after I put on the Favori White Silky and just hit it in certain places. Not being particular, guys, all right? Just in some places, I put some gold on my nail, okay? Because we're still gonna hit that with inks. All right? All right. So I did the conifer first. I did the green, the bright green first. I'll show you what I mean. And listen, here's another thing, guys. When you're doing this, just because I didn't put white silky here doesn't mean you can't not use the ink on those other areas. It's actually going to look good because you're going to have different effects. All right, so softer there. Darker in those crevices, see? So it kind of lightly comes up, all right? If you want more, just wait for it to dry and add more color. This is really how quickly I did these nails. All right, ivory base, the nudie ivory, a little bit of the white silky made gel, cured, touch of chrome, and then 2 inks. And then overlay it. Okay. And get something kind of like this. It's a little early for St. Patty's Day, but I don't do pinks. As you can tell, I do favor these natural colors. And I like blue. I'm surprised it's not blue. I thought, why not some green? Okay, so now we're going in with this one. All right. This has a grayish sheen. But you see it has a little bit of, we want a little metal here. All right, and if you need to soften anything, like I would soften that line right there, you're going to use your clear blending from the Favori. Yay us, guys. We didn't spill a darn thing, and that's with having a bunch of stuff open on the, well, I do put the tops on, but I'm surprised I didn't miss one. And pick it up to shake it. All right, so here's that clear. All right, it's just going to soften edges. All right, that's it. All right, no rights or wrongs, guys. Just play with it. Do an overlay. You probably don't want anything sticking up, right? So you can do a clear layer, then your top coat, however you like to do it. You can go straight in with Crazy Top Thick and overlay the whole thing, whatever you want to do. Whatever feels good on your nails, on your client's nails. But look what happens when we put that clear on there. It all becomes even more gorgeous. And remember, if you're using Lepidos, the ones with the Aurora pigment, you are best off using them with a shiny base or a just wiped inhibition layer base, not a matte base. It will suck all the metallic out of that look. Same goes with their metallics, same goes with their silky gels. If it has a metal or a pigment type effect, you're better off using that on a shiny surface. Okay, it's going to make it pop a lot more. You will lose some of that effect if you use it on matte. So keep made gels for your regular inks. And then if you want to add Lepidos, then put a clear layer, then wipe the inhibition layer, then put that on. Does that make sense? See? Voila. It does look more difficult than it is, right? So you guys have to trust me. You have to get the inks, and then you have to play with them. And if you have questions, ask me. Okay? I will send you a video or an example, that kind of thing, I'll refer you back to this video. Once it gets put on YouTube, no excuses. You can pause it. You can go back to it, right? Very easy playback. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to show you guys these. Thank you for allowing me to gush all over them because I really do love them. And you will see that on my page. I have tons of inks on my page because I really, really, really do love them. And let's all thank Sweetie Nail Supply for bringing these beautiful products. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I may be seeing you back here this week for another live. So keep your eyes open for that. And thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of the day. And we will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.